You have a goal. You think about it constantly, maybe every single day. You can practically see the life you want. But when it's time to actually sit down and do the work, nothing. You keep pushing it off. I'll start tomorrow. Then tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into next month. If that's you, I don't think you're lazy. I think you're using the wrong fuel to get yourself moving. Let's fix that.
Being ambitious doesn't mean you're a hard worker. It just means you want more than what you currently have. A better job, a healthier body, a thriving business, a different version of your life. But wanting something and building it are two separate things. Every ambitious person is standing at a starting line, staring at a finish line somewhere in the distance. The space between those 2 points isn't crossed by wishing. It's crossed by showing up, day after day, whether you feel like it or not. That's where most people get it backwards. The standard advice is visualize your win. Picture the diploma, the paycheck, the follower count, the dream house. Close your eyes and feel it. And sure, that works for about 48 hours. Then the high wears off and you're right back to scrolling in bed at 11 p.m. Goal untouched. I fell into this exact trap. Back when I was starting out, I wanted to break into a competitive, high-paying field. The kind of job everyone said was nearly impossible to land without connections or a head start. I had none of that. I was starting from zero, completely outside the industry, with nothing but a vague picture of someday I'll make it. I'd lie in bed imagining the offer letter, the salary, the moment I'd get to tell people I made it. That fantasy felt incredible. For a night. Then morning came, the gap between where I was and where I wanted to be felt enormous, and the motivation evaporated. Every time. Here's why. The reward was too far away and too abstract to actually pull me out of bed. My brain couldn't do anything useful with someday I'll be successful. It's not concrete enough to act on.
So, I flipped it. Instead of asking, how good will it feel if I win? I started asking, how bad will it feel if I never even tried? I pictured the version of myself 5 years down the line who never made the leap, still stuck, still telling people about the plan instead of living it, watching people who started with less than me pass me by while I stayed frozen in place, still thinking about it. That image didn't feel motivating. It felt unbearable. And unbearable is a much stronger engine than, wouldn't that be nice? I thought about the time I'd already sunk in, the people counting on me, the specific voices who'd said I wasn't cut out for it, and I imagined them being proven right. That was the moment something clicked. Losing became scarier than winning was exciting, and that fear is what got me out of bed at 6 a.m. to put in the reps nobody was watching.
This isn't a random trick. It's just how human psychology is wired. We are far more motivated to avoid losing something than we are to acquire something new. Ask anyone. Losing $100 stings more than finding $100 feels good, even though the number is identical. So if you want consistency, stop trying to chase a feeling. Start engineering a consequence.
Here's the actual system. The next time you set a goal, put something real on the line. Bet a friend real money. Not a token amount, an amount that would genuinely bother you to lose. If you don't hit your target, they keep it. Why does this work? Because right now, missing your goal probably costs you nothing. No bill arrives, no one notices, nothing happens. So your brain treats it as optional, because it is. Now attach a real cost to failure, and the whole equation changes. Imagine two people trying to wake up at 6 a.m. One is relying on willpower alone, the other loses $100 to a friend every time they sleep in. One of those people is getting up far more consistently, not because they're more disciplined, but because they built a system where the pain of failing outweighs the comfort of staying in bed. You're no longer trying to chase a good feeling that keeps slipping away. You're avoiding a bad one that's guaranteed. That's a far more reliable engine.
To be clear, this isn't about running your life on fear forever. It's a bridge. You use consequences to force the first few weeks of consistency, and somewhere in there, the habit takes over. Discipline stops requiring willpower once it's just what you do. At that point, you won't need the bet anymore, but you needed it to get there.
You're probably not lazy. You're ambitious. And ambition without a system just turns into daydreaming. Stop trying to motivate yourself with how good the win will feel, and start being honest with yourself about what losing will actually cost you. So before you close this video, ask yourself one thing. What can you put on the line today that makes giving up tomorrow too expensive to accept?